Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is September 9th, 2025. It's Darlene from darlenestampandspot.com, and it's time for your weekly Facebook Live. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I have the cutest little Christmas card that we're going to make today. I actually made it for a team swap, and I'm going to show you all about that at the end of the video. So we're just going to give it a minute or so to let people find me, let the notification pop up that I am live. And I'm going to hop away from this screen for 1 second, and I'm going to go over to Facebook here and see that I am indeed live and in the right spot. Yay. And already shared. So cool. Very cool. Okay, so now let me come back over here where I can see you guys' comments. And there we go. Oh, yay. I have people here with me already. Hi, friends. Say hello as you're jumping on. It's always more fun to be stamping with you, but I do it regardless. So, because I always have fun stamping, right? Okay, so I'm going to move big old keyboard. Hey, Jeanette. Hi, friend. I'm so glad you're here. Quick couple of things. This beauty went live last week and last Wednesday, I think. Anyway, so there are so many wonderful things in here. So over the next few months on Facebook Lives, we are going to be playing with products from this catalog, along with, they're also dropped some new online exclusive products. So these are not in a catalog. And one of the stamp sets, or the stamp set that we're playing with today, is an online exclusive, and it's right here, the Festive Friends, and I'm going to show it to you. And then we're using some fun items from this catalog here. So there's this hybrid embossing folder that I'm going to show you, and it's amazing. It's on page 57. So if you don't have this catalog and you want one, you can reach out to me, darlenestampandspot@gmail.com. But this is the folder that we're going to use. Hybrid means that there's dies that coordinate or that work alongside with an embossing folder. Now you can use the dies on their own, but it just cuts out the shape of the word. But the embossing folder embosses. I'm gonna show you, because I used it with just the embossing folder on my card, but then I'll show you with the die. I'll show you how that works. And then we're using the embellishments. I think they're from this suite right here, the Traditions of Christmas. Anyway, I've got several things going on, but we're going to do that all at the end. I have registration open for my Christmas card class. We have Tractor and Company. That deadline is coming up. The deadline to register for Tractor and Company is Friday. Make sure you're on my email list. I just sent out an email this morning with a reminder for that, the link to the Christmas card class, and of course, Card Club. So, and I did not pull the Card Club card, so hold on 1 second. So that will remind me to show you. Where's Club? Christmas. Club. Got it right here. Okay, so I've got all this off to the side to remember to show you. Okay, there we go. There's a whole mountain of stuff over here. All right, so we'll talk about all of that, but let's just make the project, right? What happened to, okay, there's the Tractor cards. All right, cool. All right, so here is the, my goodness, that was pretty bright. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's the Festive Friends. It is a red rubber stamp, and if you haven't heard, Stampin' Up! Is doing away with the cling red rubber. The materials are getting too hard to source that make the red rubber, so these are going away, which means that this is not going to carry over. So it also means that our Stampin' Write markers, these, not the blends, but these markers are also being discontinued because the main use for these is to color on red rubber stamps. So, you know, we're just keeping up and you know, making things, I don't know, rolling with the punches. It is what it is. They've tried finding other sources, other ways to get those materials, and they didn't come to this decision lightly. So, but we're still going to be okay. We're still going to be able to stamp. We're still going to be able to color. But if you want any of those Stampin' Right markers, they're on the last chance list. This is the set of dies that goes with this stamp set. So you can buy this as a bundle. And then this is the Christmas Words Collage Hybrid Embossing Folder. Okay, so here is the embossing folder. All the words, it's all fun, right? There we go, you can see that. And then this is the die. So this die fits in, and you'll feel it when it locks in. It'll just kind of drop into place. It's snapped right in there. And then you would put your paper on here, and then you run it through. It's a 3D folders. I think it's a 3D folder. You just use the gray plate. I haven't done it yet. If I'm wrong, I will tell you, but I haven't used it yet with the die. But what happens is, here we go. So when you run it through just the embossing folder, this is what it looks like. And if I had made my piece, I mean, this was already cut down, but if my piece was bigger, then that die would have fit right here on top and cut out. Now, obviously mine's cut down, so, but look at the words. So it would have cut those out for you. And it does it all at once instead of having to do each individual thing. I don't know. I think it's really cool. And you could do this in any color that you wanted. So, so there's what that is. Let's go. Here's the card. Not that. I made this. This is my card that I made for the swap. And this is what we're going to make today. So I've got my parts and pieces. Let me move my mouse out of the way. We're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. I love heat embossing, and I want to just show you how quick and simple and easy it really is. It doesn't take a whole lot of extra time, and I absolutely love doing it. So we've been doing it more and more in classes, and I've been getting some of you guys reintroduced or hooked on it or introduced for the first time. So yeah, super fun. All right, so we've got, let's start with this. Now I've already cut and color and die cut my my little snowman, but and so I forgot to pull them out, but I wanted to, you know what, while I have this open, I want to show you, I know lane swerve, I want to show you how to put the little sticker on the stamp. So you pull it out of here and you take off this little paper backing. This is how I do it. I've been doing it this way for years, and it's so easy. So here it's got this little sticker sheet, and on one side you'll see that there's a split at somewhere in the sticker. There's already a little split edge. So what I like to do is just kind of fold both sides of that back, just so it's easier to get off of the block. And then I'm going to take the whole sticker and I'm gonna lay it down. It's really big, but I'm just going to lay it down, the whole sticker, onto my block. Just like if I was picking up the stamp. No harm, no foul, right? And then, because we've already kind of bent those pieces back, they come off pretty easily, okay? Then you take your stamp, and I'm going to stand up to do it, but you're just going to, oops, I'm going to hit the light with my head, just as if you were stamping. And you're going to, I'm going to pull this over. Let me pull it over just a little bit. Here we go. Just as if you were stamping it. Instead, we're just putting the sticker on like that. Hola, Blanky. How are you, my friend? I hope you're feeling better. My poor friend Blanca's had the flu for a while. And so now and then it just peels right off. And so now you've got your sticker perfectly on your stamp. So I had a question about that, so I wanted to show you that that's how you stamp, or that's how you put your stickers on. Okay, so let's do our little snowman. We're gonna stamp him. I'm gonna show you how I colored him. I'm gonna grab my Memento ink, but I have already cut him out just because I don't typically die cut on camera because it shakes the table. Okay, so we're gonna stamp. I think these little guys are so stinking adorable. Oh, hey buddy, my buddy Nico. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have that, and I'm gonna let that dry for just a second. Let's emboss real quick. So in order, all this goes back in my stamp set. In order to emboss, you need, we're gonna be stamping with that. So here's what comes from Stampin' Up. So you get this embossing additions toolkit, I think that's what it's called. I can link to it. It comes with the brush, the reverse tweezers, the embossing buddy, and this little tray, right? I have this as a little extra. Somebody gave it to me one time just to kind of help, because this is big and chunky, and I'm not sure what the thought process was behind this, but oh good, I'm glad you liked that tip. Anyway, get you just a little regular paintbrush. I don't know what these are called, but somebody gave it to me at some point. Anyway, and then you need your Versamark pad, and then you need your embossing powder, and then I have my heat tool. Now I always keep this like this, and it goes on a shelf. I actually have one of those rolling carts, and it just sits in there, and so I can just pull it out. So if I have it accessible, I will use it quite much more than if I had to dig all the stuff out and try to find where everything was. The important thing is you always want to use this embossing putty. So this has like some sort of a little powder in it. Anyway, it's supposed to take away fingerprints or oils or anything that you don't want the powder to stick to. So you just kind of rub it across. I'm going to take my Versamark, which is a clear sticky ink. I have my stamp here, and we're going to cut this out by hand, so it's not the end of the world if it's not straight. Okay, close this. Now, the embossing powders come in a little jar with a lid. I have just for years housed mine in this little container. It's quite big now. I think that the next time I need to get embossing powder, I will probably go back to the jars, just because for storage purposes, it's just a little easier. But anyway, I would still keep that jar on this tray. So this is just a little piece of cardstock to act like a handle that I stuck in here. And then you kind of just want to flick it from the back. You can blow on it. And I like to do it a couple times just because I want to make sure it's really covered, and I want that white to be bright white. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to grab my tweezers. Let's look and see if we've got any strays. So we'll use the Stampin'. Yes, Pat gave those. I knew it was someone who was the gadget queen. Yeah, Pat gave those to us. Yeah, so I don't know what they're called, but yeah. So see how I've got this extra little powder here? Anything that's on here like that is going to melt and be part of your project permanently. So we're using everything that comes from Stampin' Up. So we are going to cut this down, so I don't think I need to worry about all of it, but see how I just was able to wipe most of that away? This is going to get cut down, so that's okay right there. Let me see if I can with this little guy. I'm just trying to get that. You don't want to touch this that's on your words, because you'll take the powder away and then it won't emboss. So see how there's that. I did not want that right there. And then I think it's fine. I don't know why that stuck like that. Okay, so then I got my heat tool. It's going to be a little loud, but let me turn this on to get it warmed up. It's not going to take very long, and you're going to see this turn into white gloss, and then it'll look glossy. Once it turns, and you'll see it, move on, because you can burn it. So I'm going to hopefully you're going to be able to see it turn. You'll see it turn to a glossy finish. So I'm just holding my heat tool there. See it start to turn? Done. There you go. Oops, I missed a piece. Okay, so can you see right here? The top of the W, the top of Wish is not as glossy as the rest. I missed it. I took it way too soon. There we go. Okay, now we're done. And look how cute that is. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to let that kind of cool off for a minute and clean our stamp. I've really been trying to clean as I go, throw scraps away, put, clean stamps. And then so that way at the end of the video, I don't have this big old giant mess I have to clean up. And then it's like, ugh. Let's go ahead and stamp our tag. I've got this little snowflake cluster from the stamp set in Old Olive on Old Olive cardstock. And hey Cam, no, Blanca has the flu. I hope she's on the tail end of it. All right, so I'm just going to randomly kind of stamp this. Most of this side's going to be covered, but I think that's good. Yeah, because we've got this circle. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so that's it too. So this was pretty simple. I had to make 11 cards, so plus, my sample. So I made 12 cards. And it probably took me, I don't know, I want to say like an hour start to finish, but that was everything. I had to emboss the layer. I had to die cut this, stamp color, die cut that. Ooh, I forgot the pool party. Let me grab this. I forgot the pool party blend. Okay, don't want to lose my linen thread either. All right, so that's done. That's done. Let's color. All right, and take a quick drink. I've got Real Red, Old Olive. Hey, Lena. Yay, I'm so glad we got my friends are on here. I'm so excited about that. All right, so we've got Real Red, Old Olive. I've got Pumpkin Pie. I'll probably just use the dark. And then Pool Party, I'll probably just use the light. And then I've got Wink of Stella. Oh, and look at the embellishments. Fun, right? Here we go. All right, so this is done. So I'm just going to start with the dark Real Red. And this is how I like to color. So I'm just going to bring in some dark on the edge. And then I'm going to run dark around here. And then like this is overlapping. So this would have a little shadow, right? And then I'm going to make this dark. And I am no color teacher expert. This is just kind of what I've picked up over the years. And this is what works for me. So I'm starting, this is the light. And I'm starting in that dark section and pulling it out to help blend that. And then this is the same way, just kind of, and here as well. I'm glad you're starting to feel better. Okay, so then we're gonna do, I just want to, this one's red, and this one's red. So I'm just going to do the same thing where I'm just going to color up the left edge. And the blends really do work better if you're using, if the ink is still wet. So you don't want to let it completely dry. Otherwise you'll have trouble blending. Okay, and then this is a bigger section. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. And then, see, I'm always starting, I always pull the color from the dark out to the edge. So then you can kind of see the, I mean, it's subtle, but it's all shaded. Okay, so that's it with that. And I chose the snowman just because he was had a little less coloring to do. But this guy, oh my gosh, let me put this stuff back in here or I'll lose it. This guy, I think he's adorable, but I'm hearing other people talking about making him a logger or a lumberjack. I don't know. I think it'd be cute, and he's adorable too. I'm doing a class with this. This is Christmas card class in October. So, plus I'm teaching at Candy's Retreat the beginning of October, and this is the stamp set I'm using. Old Olive. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna pull out and use the tip just so I can get right along this edge here. And then we'll kind of just go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in well, I'm going to drop it on the floor first. Hold, please. Okay. Goodness. Jeanette! Congratulations! A great Grammy! Oh my gosh. Okay, well now you're gonna have to message me the details. Like who's making you a great grandma? Wait, I know. The one that just got married? No way. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. A great Grammy. I tell you, that grandma club really is the best club. I'm going to use the other end because I feel like I can drag it a little more. You can even kind of do some little circles right there to really define it. Sorry, that just really, I almost got a little teary-eyed too. I'm so excited for you, Jeanette. I got distracted. Such wonderful news. Well, congrats. This one's not blending as well. It might be that my light Old Olive could be a little dried out. Who knows? All right, so then we'll put a little there and then a little here. And to be perfectly honest with you, however you color it, it's going to look great. You could use watercolor pencils. You could use aqua painters. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to be able to color it. That's looking better. All right, cool. I like that. All right, and then when I have like a white image like this, you do it a lot with the animals, right? We did it with the jars. Oh, well, feeling very special that you shared it with us first. Let's grab color his little nose. I just grabbed pumpkin pie, but you could use Tim Tiger, or you could use peach pie. You could use any orange you want. Now, so when I have a white image like this, so it doesn't look like I forgot to color it. Plus, I think it helps to make it pop off of the cardstock. I just like to kind of go around a little bit with Pool Party. Sometimes I'll use Smoky Slate. It depends on what the image is, but just to kind of do just a little outline of him. And then it almost makes him pop off the page when you do that. And it's very subtle. You can't really see it, but yeah. So then I've got Wink of Stella. We've got to have Wink. And I did the wink on, I just did the brim here. Like, I don't know. Maybe this was supposed to, no, it doesn't have to be white. It can be whatever color you want. And you could put Wink of Stella all over the snowman, whatever you want. So we'll just paint a little bit of that glitter on there, and then he's done, okay? And then I cut him out with the die. So there you go. Okay. So let's put our card together. All right, so we have a Secret Sea card base, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I'm gonna grab liquid glue for this. Oh, thank you. Harrison Scott. Oh, I missed it. Is that gonna be his name? Yes, Southern Rebecca. Oh, congratulations. We'll be born in March. Harrison Scott. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. My friend Lisa just dropped some new products in her Etsy store. So I will hopefully remember to link her Etsy store. She's the one that makes all my little organizers and stuff. So I have mine that fits into a organizer. I'll show you in just a second. And you know, sometimes it's just easier to do this upside down. And then I like that you have that. I like the liquid glue, especially when you've got embossed pieces like that, because it'll really get up in there and make sure that that's not going anywhere. So this fits inside here like that. So, I mean, you can obviously put whatever you want in yours, but this is how I use mine. And that's one of the things. And of course, have a Cricut, so I must put vinyl on all the things. But anyway, that's how I use mine. But so there's the liquid glue holder. And then it's got the little space in the back for the adhesive remover. All right, so now we've got, let me show you what I did with this piece. So I purposely didn't care that it was a scrap. Thank you. And because I knew I was only going to be using part of it. So use your scraps, right? Even if I knew that it wasn't going to cut it all the way, but I also knew that I only needed one more, and yeah. Come on. I just had it. I'm looking for my silicone mat. I was just using it. I've been in serious craft fair prep. Shoot. If I can't just lay my hand on it. All right. Well, I don't see it, so I've got a piece of. Here. I just got a piece of paper, just in case. So this is going to go on here like this, and then I'm going to fold it over and then just adhere it to the back. So, but first I want to just adhere it on the front. And then I'm just going to dot that glue around. Remember, you dot, dot, dot. You don't need a lot. And then that's going to line up like this. These are both from the dies, the die set that goes with this, with the friends. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. And then, because I didn't want, now this is meant to like fold in half, and then it would line up perfectly in the back like that, right? And then you would have like the little top like that. Well, it didn't really fit on my card like that. So I just wanted a little bit. So I'm just going to fold this backwards like that. And then I just took scissors and cut it off to where it was enough to glue it down, but it wasn't going to show like that. Okay, so then now that's trash. Now when I was prepping them, just so you know, when you're like mass prep, I only had to cut out 6 of these, and then I cut them in half, and it gave me the 12. And for some reason, I don't know. I guess when I was designing, I cut out 1. I don't know. Anyway, I would have only had to cut 6. All right, now I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right here just to kind of tack that part down right there. I tried cutting it, snipping it off at the very edge, and I didn't like the way it looked. I liked it better when it looked more like it was wrapped around, right? Okay, and then one more piece here. I've got about 8 inches of linen thread. I think we're done with that for the moment. And I just tied this into a bow. See if I can get it done. Huh. All right. Winning. Okay. Take that and take that. All right. And then you can make it however big you need it to be. And we'll trim it at the end. All right, and then now this is going to go here. And again, because my base is raised here, I'm going to go ahead and use liquid glue again. It's pretty much what I almost always will grab for, but there are instances where I will use other adhesives, but I really like the liquid glue. All right, so this piece is pretty much centered. My card. Kim, your class is almost sold out at Retreat. Just FYI. Just saying. All right, so that's going to go there. And then I've got this is a Stylish Shapes circle out of the Secret Sea. And when I was designing this, I was looking for, you know, obviously designer paper, right? The gray circle. This is Secret Sea. Yeah, Kim, I think you've got 2 spots left. This is Secret Sea, the same as the card base. But I bet this would look, it would look great if you did basic gray. I don't know if you meant to type that or if I misspoke, but this is Secret Sea, the same as the card base. Yeah, so I was going to have to use a ton of DSP, and then I was like, well, you know what? I'll just bring in another new product, and it gives me a chance to play with this and figure out how to use it. And so this kind of was in place of having to use DSP. Yes, extra kits are always a good idea. Okay, now I'm going to cut this down, and then we're done with the liquid glue. Let's put that away. I'm going to cheat, and well, let's just do this. I'm just going to bring in I'm going to trim this fairly close to the sentiment, and hopefully I can do it straight. Get off of there. Okay. Let me give myself a little more. Okay. And then I used my little mini chomper when I was making the swap, but I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay. So then here, you're just going to, and it's okay that this is really long. I'm going to snip up the center, and then I'm going to come in from the edge on both sides and banner that end. Now this is a little long, so we'll do it like that. And then we'll come into the center and then banner the edge. It just saved me from having to do another piece of die cutting, because you could use the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, let's get some dimensionals and then some bling, and we're done. And then I hope if you stick around that you will, I hope you'll stick around, because I'm going to show you Card Club, I'm going to show you the Tractor class, and we're going to do a swap parade. I don't have the cards completely ready to show you for Christmas card class, but the registration is open. It's September 27th from 1 to 4 at Trilogy Pizza. And all of that information and the links for the tractor, for club, and for the Christmas card class all went out in this morning's email. So if you're not on my email list, I'll put a link in the description. I always put all the links up there, and that way you'll know. And then if you're watching this later on YouTube, all of the links are in the description as well. And please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll also share this Facebook video with your friends. Working to grow my Facebook followers as well. So then that goes right there. And then we've got these fun traditional sparkling sequins. I need so much work in my room right now. I've got so much new product in here. I haven't even put I haven't labeled anything or put dyes on magnet sheets. I mean, it's, yeah, seriously. Behind. All right, so we're going to snip that a little bit. That looks cute. And then you could put a glue dot right here too if you were worried about it not staying secure. And let's put some of this away. Let me grab my take your pick tool. And let's see. We've got, I used almost all of the gold ones, but that's okay. I'm going to put one here. I purposely tried to stamp that to where I could put the little sequins like right in the middle of that snowflake. And then we've got one right there. And there you go. So there we go. So let me know, what do you think? Yeah, we'll miss Blanca. She won't be there, but she'll be having fun with her family in Saltillo. Okay, what do you guys think? I'm just going to clean up a little bit and make some room to be able to show you some things. Yay! All right. Very cool. Very cool. So there's our project. And put that away over there. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you club real quick. So this month's club, if you're a club member and you want to be surprised, look away. A couple of you on here are in club. So if you don't want to see the club cards, look away. But you're going to get the whole pack. This month you're getting the whole pack of floral. And you're getting a whole pack of the 25 to 27 in color flat pearls. And then you're going to get the supplies to make 8 cards. You get the pre-cut cardstock, or the pre-cut cardstock, any dies that are not, that you don't have to stamp and die cut, we cut for you. So this month I was having so much fun playing with this paper and the stamp set. I wanted to do more, but instead of doing an add-on, like an additional, card designs, I went ahead and made like pairs for each card. So each card is done 2 different ways. So here's the first pair. And let me turn this over. You know what? Let me just take it away because of the glare. So that's the paper and the embellishment. So the only difference with this one is that this front panel here, I just cut it. I just chopped it into 3 pieces. But it's virtually the same card. This has an extra little strip there. Okay. So then, and then of course I heat embossed and then cut it around. Oh, yay, Blanca. I'm so glad. So glad. Thank you so much for being a card club member. Those of you that are on here. This is the second set. So here we've got it all die cut, and here we've got it stamped and die cut. So these pieces will be cut for you in the club along with this arch. This, you will get the arch and the leaves and the center, and then you'll get paper to be able to stamp and die cut these on your own. So you will need some sort of, if you don't have the, what's it called? Isn't it just called? Yeah, Impressions of Bloom bundle. If you want to make them just like 9, you'll need that Impressions of Bloom bundle. Or you could substitute and do whatever flower and sentiment you want. So there's the second set. The third set is a fun fold. So this one might be my favorite, with the Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, and then we threw in some Granny Apple Green It looks really bright on camera, but that is Granny Apple Green. And then here's its little sister card with the Misty Moonlight and Berry Burst. And then the last card is also a fun fold, maybe a little bit more masculine. I don't know, it is flowers, but showing off the greens and the yellows. So we did this for a class and you guys really liked it. So I decided to throw this design in for club. Lena, I will send that link for you. Yay. And then here's this one. So fun. So those are the cards for club this month. And, yeah, plus I already showed you what you get. And all right, now this is my bestie Susan Carlson and I designed a card class using the Tractor and Company bundle, and we both used the same bundle and the same embellishments, but she used the Floral Delight paper and I used the Timeless Plaid. So you're going to make 4 of my cards and 4 of her cards. So the kit comes with 8 cards with envelopes. And again, it's the same thing. All the die cutting is done for you unless you have to stamp and die cut something. We've done it for you. So this piece will be embossed. This circle will be cut. You'll get white to stamp and die cut this on your own. And then you'll get a strip of this for your sentiment. I'm just going to show you the 4 cards that I designed, and then I did the inside for this one. You'll get a PDF, and you'll get a video tutorial. So you'll receive that from each of us. We'll each do our own little video on how to make the cards. So here's the Christmas one, and then here's my fun fold. We each did a fun fold as well. So it's 8 cards total. The registration for this one ends on Friday. This was in the email this morning too. So you're going to get a 1/4 pack of the Timeless Plaid. You'll get a 1/4 pack of the Floral Delight. So essentially a 1/2 pack of paper. You're going to get some of the gems and a little bit of the ribbon and the linen thread. And everything else will be cut and scored and die cut for you. But you will need the bundle to stamp your tractors and then stamp and die cut your little pieces. So the deadline for this one is Friday, September 12th. Yay! Okay, so you ready for the swap parade? So you saw my card. So this was the card that I made. We just made that together. And here we've got, this is using, oh my gosh, I'm not going to know all the names. Stay Warm. Thank you, Lisa Hagen. Sentiment from Notes and Totes. Stay Warm stamp set. I will be using it. There we go. And then this is this is Melissa. This has a punch. Yeah, I don't know the names of anything yet, you guys. So the swap parade. So basically being a demonstrator and being part of the Southern Sweet Stampers, which is my uplines, the lady who I joined under, my upline, Candy. She hosts a swap for each of the new catalogs. And Melissa Thomas is the one who moderates it all for us. She's the organizer of it. And what you do is you make 11 cards. You sign up for a stamp set. You make 11 cards and you send them to Melissa. And then she swaps all those out and you get back 11 different cards. So I right now have 11 cards, plus there's my own and every stamp set every card is from using different products. So I don't have just all one. I don't have 11 cards using, as cute as he is, I don't need 11 cards. So the swap parade, that's just me showing you my swaps that I got back. This is a bundle. Hold on, because now it's going to bother me. It's a punch bundle, but I have the little printout right. Where's my printout? Here we go. It's an online exclusive, and it is called Sign something. I have it, but like I said, I don't have anything in. Here it is, Sign Design. It's going to be really small, but this is the stamp set. And then there's the punch. And then yes, Kim, she used, the leaf is from, I don't know if it's from Gathering Together or the Autumn 12. There's 2 different balls sets that have wonderful, wonderful leaf dies. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Now this is from, this doesn't have a name on it, but I think we figured out this is Jill. And this is using the Peace on Earth suite. So it's got this hybrid embossing folder with the dies and the ribbon. And yeah, so if you like blues, nope, I think this is just cardstock. It could be the designer paper. I don't know, but it looks like maybe she sanded the embossing folder too. So yeah. Okay. And then this one is from Kelly Gibson. And this is that, I think, Traditions of Christmas. So there's those embellishments that we used today. She's used the cherry cobbler ones. Look at that Secret C card base. It looks great for Christmas. This whole suite is Traditions of Christmas. And then here's from my best friend Susan. She used the Gingerbread Man bundle and made this cutie patootie. Look, she even did the inside with the little gumdrops. And she made her little gingerbread lady in strawberry slush. I think she did a great job with that one. So cute. This is Aurora Lights or something like that. This is Patsy Palmer. There's a fun little fun fold there. Don't remember the name of this one, but this is Susan Rutherford. I think this must be in the catalog. I'm looking real quick. Yeah, it looks like this is from the holiday catalog. All right, and then this is the other fall one. No, this is Artistic Leaves. This is Elena Shaw, and she's done a book fold or book binding fold. Isn't this beautiful? Yep. And then this is Lisa Ray. She did this is the Traditions of Christmas. There's 2 stamps, there's 2 bundles in that Traditions of Christmas. There's one that's all words, which is this one, and then there's this other one that's got the words, but and then she's used, oh, maybe this is the poinsettia, Jolly Holly. Who knows? Maybe that's Jolly Holly. This is Traditions of Christmas suite. Yeah, because people can't use the same set. So this is probably Jolly Holly. All right, and then this is Candy. She's used the Fluffy Squirrel. This guy has a punch, and he's so stinking cute. You're gonna see projects with this. And this, it almost looks like she hand wrote it. It just looks like handwriting. I think it's so cute. And she's used that Peaceful Garden designer paper there and the gems from that other suite. And then this is from the, is it called Special Delivery? It's the pet suite. It's the one that's got all the pets, but she's turned it into, she stamped the little paws, but she used one of the busy patterns and used it as her background. And these are the little punch outs that are in the paper. So you don't have to die cut that. And then she's just punched out a circle and put the sentiment on there. So cute. And of course with my favorite Real Red and White Baker's Twine. So there are the swaps that I got back. So I made 11. I got 11 cards back. And then there's my card. So this way I've got samples to show you with 12 different suites, bundles, stamp sets. That I didn't have to buy them all and I didn't have to make them all. So that's one of the benefits of participating in a card swap. So there we go. So Blanca, it's similar to the Anything Goes swap that you do at Retreat. It's just, this is all cards and you have to sign up for a specific stamp set. So let's just move this back out here. This is what we made today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love seeing you communicate with each other in the comments. So we're working on building a great community over here. It's always a fun and happy, creative space. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you sign up for my newsletter if you're not already. there's a couple of deadlines coming up, and I will be back next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye.